how do you keep up with digital transformation? How do you achieve good results? We've kind of broken it down, and we just wanted to give you just 4 things to do. That's more than enough with everything that people are busy with these days. So first one, stay informed, evaluate your opportunities, set your strategy, and then you can achieve your results. I hope that as we go through this, you'll see some value in it. Here's a piece of data that you might not have. I'm sure some people are experiencing a little bit of burnout over all of this information about the cloud. But here I'm going to give you just 2 data points that I think are really, really relevant. Number 1, digital transformation in all of its various descriptions is huge, 1.7 trillion. That's huge. Cloud alone is $160 billion by the end of 2018. 96 billion of that is going to be just in the U.S. So these are really big numbers. People are moving, and it's I think becoming a question of competitiveness, and I think you're going to find that if you don't start making plans now, you categorically will be behind. And depending on your industry, who your competitors are, if your competitor Churchill Down, for example, you might be falling behind because they are continuing to expand that digital footprint for themselves and their customers. Here's a couple of data points for you about staying informed. These are things that are happening now that you may or may not be aware of. You may be doing them in your current on-prem solutions, and yes, you can do some of this there, but really the ease and some of the capabilities are best served using cloud applications, and that's why they're represented here. First one is real-time processing. We are finding less and less demand for batch, more and more requirements to be as close to real-time as possible. And because the cloud solution is so highly scalable, because we can add functionality. In the case of Oracle, they've actually tuned the hardware and the software together to optimize performance. We're seeing people that are performing real-time material planning, real-time MRP, something that people have talked about for a long time, and it's kind of been out there, but now it's becoming more and more of a reality. Also, real-time supply chain planning, that's out there as well. The ability to do simulations and what-if scenario over large databases, this is something that we can do now because the infrastructure of the cloud provides us the ability to do that at a very cost-effective way, and that's important. The applications are exposed to so much information that we can make rapid decisions, and real-time data is essential to making rapid decisions. That's our take on that. Moving on, manage by exception. Automated repetitive tasks provide ready access to unusual and exception conditions that require human intervention. Automated repetitive tasks. We're getting rid of people having to look at every single piece of data that comes in. We're getting to the point where we can send alerts where alerts are needed, and those alerts are basically the only thing that people are responding to. That's a tremendous advantage, I think. We know about device digital monitoring. We know about Internet of Things. That's certainly out there, and it's happening, and I think some of you have probably seen that Verizon TV ad that for tracking inventory in the commercial fishing supply chain, where they throw a device in that keeps track of the humidity and the temperature of the fish inside a container. That's becoming more and more ordinary, and of course that's been going on for a long time. We've seen an expansion of that for many years now. But we have clients that we're seeing in the mid-market who are doing more of that where it's appropriate for their particular industry. And I think we'll just see a continuing expansion of that. And all of this is happening while people are reducing their internal IT spend. The cloud, because of the scale that these cloud providers are operating at, they can make it cost-effective for you. If you can't save a ton of money, certainly you can break even on the cost, and yet you can push your company forward. And that's why people are moving to the cloud, because they're looking to be able to grow, and they want to be able to at least maintain, if not shrink their costs in trying to accomplish those things. And I do have to say that while we've been solving the same problems in ERP for a long time, we're seeing, the continuing evolution of the ERP product. There's new software capabilities. It's every one of the Oracle products now can do AP automation, which is You receive the inbound invoice in whatever form, either it's electronic or even a piece of paper, and you scan it in. We use OCR technology to read the invoice. We create invoice with metadata, and we store it. And we can actually now forego any kind of paperless retrieval even, and we can do automatic matching on the invoices. If everything matches, there's no reason for anyone in AP to actually look at it and spend time on it, and we can go out and pay vendors automatically on whatever schedule we've approved. If there isn't a match, then of course we, through an exception process, can have humans get involved in that AP match process. So that's just one example. Efficient financial reporting is one of the things I'm really interested in, and I'm not really a finance person, but I do like the fact that in the Oracle Cloud product, the financial data is being stored in what used to be thought of as a Hyperion data cube or a Hyperion data warehouse. So your ability to do multi-dimensional lookups, the ability to do multi-dimensional reporting, is just that much simpler by virtue of the more modern warehouse kind of data structure. And we've seen clients that just have greatly increased their ability to rapidly be able to look at their financial data. It's something well beyond anything we've seen in the past. And that Oracle Financial Cloud application has tremendous reporting, which of course in the end, that's what you need to get done. You need to be able to analyze your data. That's been a real boon. If I'd made this presentation a year ago, I wouldn't have included machine learning on this list, but I'm including it here because I was recently at Collaborate, and I saw the kinds of things that are going on. The Collaborate meeting that Oracle had, they talked about the Oracle Digital Assistant, and the fact is they're working on speech recognition for ERP. So Siri or Alexa or whatever kinds of tools you like to use at home, we're going to be able to have that in our ERP applications. They're working on that right now. They've already got chatbots that they've designed, and they're looking at autonomous database management. You know, the Oracle database is probably the most flexible, powerful database that there is, but does require additional management to make it run smoothly. Well, they're automating all of that through machine learning kinds of applications that get smarter and smarter over time. You know, I'm old enough that Star Trek is probably my first reference here, but talking to our computers has been an idea that's been out there for 25 years. And I believe that in the next 5 years, we will start to see, at least in some portions of our ERP apps, people being able to speak to the application learning what you mean, and then being able to drive your navigation in the system and perform transactions locally. And again, all of this being hosted in the cloud. This is where we get the economies of scale that allow us to do this. And while 50% of our customers at Trillium have been hosted for a very, very long time, we are now seeing our customers take that one step further and then going up into the cloud. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later. And the prices on all of this going to the cloud is just getting better and better because we've got Oracle, we've got Amazon, we've got Google, we've got Microsoft, and they're all duking it out. So the pricing is just getting better and better. And of course, as the economy of scale that they're trying to achieve, as they get more and more customers, they're seeing their price drop, and their costs drop, and so that allows them to lower prices. And we're really we're not very, very front end of that, but we're right in the midst of seeing just how inexpensive these cloud-hosted environments can be, and it's kind of exciting.